The severe weather winter conditions has left parts of KwaZulu-Natal dealing with snow, rain, icy conditions and disruptions to road networks. Our reporter Taliesha Naidoo is in Kokstad, where communities have been feeling the impact of the weather. Taliesha, good morning to you. Give us a sense of what things are looking like this morning.
Good morning, Leanne, and to our viewers. So we are in Kokstad, and that's in the southern part of KwaZulu-Natal, where we are seeing a combination of this weather pattern. That's the snowfall, rainfall, as well as icy conditions really impacting the communities in this area. Just a sense of what is happening overall in KwaZulu-Natal. Yesterday, we were in Mpendle, and that's along the route of the R617, where we saw similar conditions there affecting the community, especially in the low-lying area. What this is resulting is that communities now are being isolated. They don't have access to any network. Network connectivity seems to be poor there in that area, especially the blankets of snow that have covered their homes has caused water to leak into their homes. And this is affecting some of those residents in informal settlements especially. What we have done is made our way to Kokstad, where we're seeing similar conditions on this side of the province. When we drove here to this area, what we've noticed on the roads was slippery roads as well as misty conditions. It's proving to be a difficult task for disaster management teams to man, given the network of roads here in KwaZulu-Natal. But to tell us more about this, joining us is KZN Department of Transport and Human Settlement spokesperson Ndabezinhle Sibiya. Ndabezinhle, thank you so much for joining us on SABC. Firstly, tell us an overall view of the network of the roads in KZN. What are we looking at?
No, thank you very much. We talk here about more than 34,000 kilometers of road networks. Yesterday, the MEC for Transport and Human Settlement, he was here in Kokstad inspecting areas that were affected by the snowfall. You look at Ndabezinhle, you look at Kokstad, the border between KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape. We've got communities there that are isolated, but in the main, the MEC is quite happy with the execution of the snowfall response plan, which has been executed by the Road Traffic Inspectorate, as well as the graders, the operators of graders. If you look at R617, it was reopened, and other major routes, you look at N11, N3, it is quite clear. But as you correctly pointed out in your intro, it is still drizzling. We are requesting motorists to keep that following distance and to reduce speed.
Let's talk about some of the people that are traveling towards these various areas once they hear that there is snowfall. We dub them the snow chasers, but that is prohibited as well. Despite that advisory sent out to those snow chasers, they're still making their way to these various areas that are experiencing snowfall. How dangerous is that?
Well, it's very dangerous because if you look at our road networks as well as the cars that we are driving, they are not conditioned to be driving in areas that are affected by snow. We've got worn-out tires, for instance, that are imported from Asian countries that are actually dumped here. In South Africa and KwaZulu-Natal in particular. Along the N3, we have had major truck accidents over the years as a result of trucks that are moving in and out of our ports. As you know, that KwaZulu-Natal is a logistics hub. So we are requesting motorists, especially those that are not required to travel to other areas, to exercise caution. But the snow chasers, in the main, we want them to remain indoors. And you look at the cut-off low pressure system in the Midlands area, it has triggered snowfall. In 2024 September, we experienced the cut-off low pressure system, which resulted in a snowfall with talking about a snowfall of above 30 centimeters in depth. But this time around, the MEC has said once bitten, twice shy. That is why we had graders moving in, removing snow, especially in R617.
So that's Ndabezinhle Sibiya there, the KZN Department of Transport and Human Settlement spokesperson, just talking about the impact of these conditions that we are experiencing in KwaZulu-Natal, particularly in the area right here in Kokstad.